Speaking of not letting things go, Kanye West, Selena's boy, took to Twitter to apologize to his wife, Kim Kardashian, for his behavior last week. He tweeted, "I would like to apologize to my wife, Kim, for going public with something that was a private matter. I did not cover her like she has covered me. To Kim, I want to say, I know I hurt you. Please forgive me. Thank you for always being there for me." What are your thoughts on Kanye West's apology? And keep in mind, he put Kim all the way on blast when he said she had the abortion pills on hand, ready to not have North.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Oh, I didn't know it was that deep. I thought he said she wanted to abort North.
He said she had the pills, and he got specific.
Mm-hmm. But I think that, we have to keep in mind that this is a mental illness, and he is bipolar. So this is something that he can't help. This is something that switches on and off in your head. So when he goes on these rants, we have to recognize that, like his family has, because he did also say that Kim and her mom was trying to come to Wyoming with a doctor, and he was not for it. You know what I mean? So they had to have had that in the wing already for him, because they had saw it progressing, because they didn't want him to fly off the handle like he did. They didn't know what he was going to say. Hell, he didn't know what he was going to say. I'm sure that private moment right there, he didn't want that to come out at all, because now his daughter has something to look back and go, you guys didn't want me? You know what I mean? So that's hurtful right then. Kim has stuck by him. Kim has been a woman. She is and a good wife. She's been there for him. We don't really know exactly why that is specifically, but hey, it could be for the family, it could be for the love, it could be for the money, it could be for the prestige, it could be for the cameras, but all of that still is marriage. That's what a public marriage is all about. We saw that with Will and Jada, how they handled theirs. We don't agree with everything and how they handle everything, but when you handle it in-house and it happens to seep out the way it did, he did what he was supposed to do, as any husband should, and apologize to his wife. Okay.
Can he apologize to us for saying he want to run for president? Because if you can't keep it together in your relationship like that, right. I don't want you running our homes.
Right.
Selena,
well, I think his apology should just come in a get out
private
the way
manner.
Just get out the way. Like, if you don't have to apologize to us. I feel like just get out of the race, not because you're not qualified, but just because it's obvious that there are a lot of things that you're dealing with internally. And there are a lot of things that you're dealing with in your marriage that, like you said, Claudia, and like Lisa Ray saying, you got to handle that stuff first. How can you lead a country and you can't even lead your household right now? Right. And so for me, I've changed my mind about, like, I was angry at him and stuff, but now I just want him to get some help. And Kim did make a statement, and the statement was sincere. And she was like, guys, this is what it looks like when someone is a manic depressed, has bipolar and has a mental. And she was just breaking it down and explaining, like, this is what I've been dealing with. So I started thinking, like, man, who knows what she's had to endure? You know what I'm saying? Who knows what she's been dealing with this man by herself? So I think that at this point, we all need to just allow them as a family to fix that and do their thing, and just pray for Kanye, and let's just hope and pray that he gets better. Inside, I think he's still dealing with some of the issues and some of the sadness from his mother passing. And I just don't, he had to mourn up top, you know what I'm saying, in front of everybody, in front of the whole world. And, the part where he was like, my dad didn't care about me and stuff. So I just feel like right now for me, I just want to pray for him, and I just hope that he gets the help that he needs.
As thoughtful as you all have been with this Kanye thing and saying how he needs to put his mental health ahead of everything else, we're going to need people in his circle. Kim has done that, but the people that are in his circle that are encouraging this bullshit, when the state that this man is really in, they need to check themselves, because you are complicit in encouraging this when this man has a problem. So let's take a quick break. And when we return, we're talking about if Jordan Woods recently confirmed the real reason why the Kardashians and Larsa Pippen have fallen out, and it's hella messy. Stay tuned for more Fox Soul after the break. Welcome back to Fox Soul Cocktails with the Queens. If you're wondering what's wrong with us tonight, ain't nothing wrong with us. We are celebrating the Queen's birthday, Vivica A. Fox. So we are all dressed up in one of her iconic roles. I am Frankie from Set It Off, Bang Bang.
I'm Misbehaving from Batman and Robin.
Yes.
And I am Bernita Green from Kill Bill.
And once again,
real Vivica A. Fox.
Right.
Birthday, what? Princess, yes.
Oh, princess.
And so people in the YouTube comments, we see y'all. There's just too many to say. So you can leave those same messages on Vivica's page after the show, so she can see them. We greatly appreciate it. Now, before we went to break, Miss Larsa Pippen, the wife of Scottie Pippen, has been unfollowed by every member of the Kardashian family.
Really?
And fans are speculating about why it happened. Now, the speculation stems from Kanye's rant on Twitter, where he simply tweeted Larsa's name and nothing else. Now, after this tweet, Jordan Woods, she liked a random tweet that seemed to confirm something. The tweet said, okay, so the only thing I peeped from that man's rant is that Larsa Pippen slept with Tristan but did not get dragged like Jordan did. She just got unfollowed because she kept her mouth closed. I said, you dust buckets kept your mouth closed and just unfollowed that white woman and literally tried to destroy Jordan. By liking that tweet, ladies, did Jordan confirm that it was Larsa, allegedly, that slept with Tristan throw that everywhere Thompson?
You know how I feel about a friend and a bitch messing with your man. You know how I feel about that.
Wait, I got to get that name one more time. What you call him, Tristan? What?
Tristan, throw that everywhere Thompson.
That was how you ring the bell, Lisa Ray.
If he can throw that basketball like he threw that, maybe he'd be doing that.
Okay.
I can't.
Okay.
But he would have
He's
to.
throwing it so much. It's ridiculous.
If he can throw a pass like he threw that, he might have a ring or two.
I have a couple million.
Oh, Lord,
Not today.
Good with them. I don't condone that. You know what I mean? I know that we all got our secrets and we all been in the closet and we all have done some things that we want to keep in the closet. You know what I'm saying? But when you do that amongst friends, that's just a whole nother line you cross, and that's really dirty. You know what I mean? So I don't mess around with that. I'm not messing around with my friends' husbands and fiancés and
there has to be girl code. You know
what about the inconsistency though? Because how you drag Jordan, but you don't ever drag Larsa. You just quietly unfollow her. Keep the same energy for the white girl as you have for the black girl.
Right, that part.
They probably can't
Did
believe
hurt
it
more because it was a sister.
They probably got to get some
white.
and they got to leak out because TMZ got to give it to us. And once we find out, then they're gonna have to do something. And then that's when we're gonna get the 411, hun.
Wait a minute. Selena said, "Is Larsa Pippen white?"
Oh,
Is she? Because
No.
honey, they because they they get the good features and stuff, and I don't know what they are anymore. They look exotic, so I don't be knowing.
She was Spanish.
There's a whole package you can buy, Selena. It comes with the tan pills and the nose and the ass and everything. There's a whole package. It's a biracial package they buy. They make themselves look into biracial black women. That's what they do. And then
That's why I
they
didn't know.
They do. It's
something like they stopped following her because they just grew apart, and that Kim was doing law school. She has Kanye. She has 4 kids, her businesses, and it was like, but ain't nothing different than
I did not follow you, and me and you've been through it
Right.
forever in a day. I mean,
Why you gotta unfollow somebody because you growing in different?
Right.
They unfollowed her right after Kanye tweeted her name.
the
Kanye knows the tea. No,
But
Kanye.
you know what, Claudia? I was going to ask you that. I was going to say, when did the unfollow happen?
Right after. And then Jordan liked a tweet that said,
yes, honey. You know what they say, where there's fire, there's smoke. Honey, there's a whole stack waiting on us to go through.
The bad draft.
does anybody know Larsa? Anybody friends with Larsa?
No.
I see her at my son's basketball games. I would see her there all the time. I was actually happy to see that her and Scottie were both there supporting their sons. But she would always come to the games, and it was an entrance.
Well, there was a whole thing about her allegedly having an affair with Future.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, folks.
The people get around. That's what I said. The people get around out here in these streets.
Remember, it used to be a time when you didn't want nobody else's, leftovers. But now,
The sloppy seconds, you call them, Lisa Ray?
But you can't even call Future sloppy seconds. That's like sloppy 14s.
Okay.
That make me number 11, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want it. I mean, I don't want to be in a room with so many people that have had you. I know that we've been around, you know what I mean? We ain't no spring chickens here. You know what I mean? We've all dated. But to be in a room where you can really point them out in the room and then still feel like you got the prize, nah.
How many is too many to be at a party and see? Like, you in a room, you're like, damn, there go. And my leg.
Well, my thing is, why do
Yeah,
y'all?
over there.
When did kissing and telling get popular? Because back in my day, stuff was on the EL, the even lower. So like you could be in the room with,
But you know what, Selena, that
you
was
could be in the
days
room and it could be a
before you
bunch
had-
of them and nobody would know nothing.
But listen, that was before you had the culture snitchers. You know what I mean? Like everybody would come to the parties, everybody have a good time.
Nobody
know, what happened at the party stayed at the party. But now it's like everyone has to report everything. I see.
Yeah, that's whack.
You know, it's the culture.
Because we would have been busted long time ago if the Instagram would have been.
I know.
And there was no social media in the 90s, y'all.
Okay, I'm gonna keep all of my bones in the closet. Okay, that's all I'm saying. It's my birthday. I am not getting married.
Ladies, it seems like almost every black man that's dated one of the Kardashians eventually turns into the villain while they're viewed as the saviors, like they save people. Do the Kardashians use successful black men to keep their names in the spotlight, or is it just like a coincidence?
I will say that I have heard of the Kardashian curse.
Yeah, I heard of that too.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that where it's like when the brothers get with them, it's like, you know, damn, they're like, get out, like.
But then again, you got to look at the history of it. It's like, so they all come in and think that they could be the one to change it up. But I will say this, that family tight. You know what I'm saying? That family is about family, and they're not going to let anything and anyone come between them and their money making business. So if you're not going to fall in and you feel like, you know, even when French Montana was messing with Chloe, he had his own, you know, career, but he stepped in there and he felt like this is fire. This is too much. This is too hot for me in his kitchen. So let me get on out. And so
James Harden did too. He escaped too.
He escaped. You know what I mean?
And they were both Trina's. Wasn't Trina with him first, and then they were all friends, like Chloe.
Right, French Montana. Yeah.
And James Harden was with Chloe too. James Harden. I think I don't want to blame them. I think it's their lifestyle and the fact that show is so massive. The amount of demons that are probably embedded in the infrastructure of that show, that when you come into that show and you have any little piece of decency or any little piece of normalcy, that is compromised in that type of arena. You have like the level of the level of
they cloud chasing
of stardom is stupid. And you know how new levels is new devils.
So with that said, Selena, would you say that for guys, the main reason it's like, you know, everyone's like the it girl or the hot girl. Mm-hmm. So right now, the hot girl for men is to go after a Kardashian. And when they get in there, then they see it's a whole nother mix.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, kind of like, you know, I think men are attracted to them because, you know, obviously they've made themselves look very attractive and exotic. So, right. and then, you know, famous men are probably thinking, oh, well, I'm dating in my pay grade. You know what I'm saying? I won't have to worry about a woman gold digging or whatever the case may be. But I think that it's a level of their level is so high and kind of what Lisa Ray says too. The family is so tight that they can't come in and control anything. They actually come in and get control because you have to be in a controlled. You have to be in a control.
Is a lot. Too.
That's what I'm saying. You have to be in a controlled space to exist on that show. That show is a monster within itself. So if you're not coming in and getting in how it go, you ain't gonna make it.
I can see how it could be very intriguing and attractive to a man, especially one that wants to increase his visibility. I remember when Lamar got with Chloe, he was the Lakers. It was all about Kobe and everybody else. Lamar was like third or fourth on the list. It wasn't even about him. He got on that
6-man.
Right. And they blew him up. It blows these men up, but then I think they lose themselves. But we're going to take a quick break. But we definitely got to mention real quick. Kanye West did tweet that the movie Get Out was about him. So think about that